the day I realized how important structure was in bodybuilding, Kevin Levrone contacted me in 96 after seeing me at the Junior Nationals in 1995 because he had seen that transformation. He saw how shredded I was backstage. You know, Kevin was like a guy I was looking up to at that point. I was like, this guy's a freak. And he calls me. He's like, you know, can you help me for the Arnold Classic? You know, I'm getting ready. I got to go against Flex Wheeler, you know, and he sent me some pictures like via a friend. Remember, there was no cell phones. The guy brought me like Polaroids. Kevin was like 12 weeks out. He looked like he'd never even lifted a weight. I said, how's he going to do the Arnold Classic, this guy? He's like, well, you know, he's a hyper responder. He responds quickly. I'm like, all right, well, I sent him a diet. I sent him the drug stuff to follow. And the idea was this guy who's a mutual friend was going to pick me up at 6 weeks out. I'm going to go to Kevin's house in Maryland from New York, and I'm going to take a look and see what he looks like in person. So the guy picks me up. Kevin's been dieting now and eating for 6 weeks on the program I gave him. He had never done insulin. I have him doing insulin. I go down there 6 weeks. I'm in his house and, you know, and we're talking and he's like, you want to see what I look like? I said, yeah. Takes off his clothes. He went, remember, 6 weeks ago, he looked like he didn't even lift the weight. His shoulders were out here. His triceps were like out here. I was 319 or 315 at the time, you know, so I was big. When he took his clothes off, I said to myself, just quit now. You'll never beat this guy. That's how, you can't even understand what the guy looked like in person. Remember, I'm 315. I'm not small. I'm huge at this point. And Kevin is just put together like an alien from another planet. I was like, I will never, ever beat this guy. I don't even want to stand next to him. That's how good he looked compared to what I perceived of myself. And, you know, obviously went on to win the Arnold by a point that year, beat Flex Wheeler, and, you know, the rest is history. But he, you know, if he hadn't gotten hurt, I'm convinced he would have been Mr. Olympia. You know, he stopped. He wouldn't train in the off season. He wouldn't take any drugs. He didn't train. If he would have trained year round, there's no way anyone would have beat this guy. I mean, he was that freaking good. So that's what I realized, that bodybuilding is more than just how much food you can eat, how big you can get, how lean you can get. There's another dimension to it at the highest level, which is structure. And you can't beat these guys that have that structure. There's no cure for this.